Hey buddy, Crow back again with another Zaccaria Pinball. I almost said electromechanical, but that is an electromechanical table that we're going to be looking at from 1977. It's going to be Nautilus.
Nautilus.
Nautilus. Oh wow, that was... Man, these tables are loaded up super fast. Let's look at the fly cam and see what we got here. Okay, at least this one. Last two tables I played only had 5 digit counters, 4 of which were only used, but it seems like we're going to have plenty of plenty of digits here to figure out what my score is. I'm going to have up to 1 million, or we're up to just short of 10 million, which we'll see. But yeah, those were early tables. This is from 77, so it's a little bit later. Looks like we've got the post to bounce the ball back in. I have not looked at this one, have not played it yet, but that's like one of the first things I look for now is these posts, because they show up occasionally, and now I won't be surprised. The whole score? Okay, looks like we've got... You know, this is a very familiar layout. This looks like the layout of Combat. We've got... This looks like Combat. This is Combat. This... Hang on a second. All right, I really had to look it up. But yeah, this is pretty much exactly the same as Combat. An EM table I did maybe 6 or so tables ago. And except there's 2 differences I could see. The first is that there's more drop-down targets here. Combat had like 6 drop-down targets and then 2 standing targets. This has 8 drop-down targets, so they replaced the standing targets with drop-down targets. And the other thing is, like, even these kind of rollovers over here are exactly the same as Combat. Combat had 2 pegs up there. They kind of let it bounce around more, and those pegs are not here. So yeah, this is pretty much exactly the same as Combat with some minor changes. I don't really remember much of Combat, but but I'll probably enjoy this table. But what I'm going to cut to now is I'm just going to do like just a kind of a cutaway to after I've played this table a bit. All right, just got done playing Nautilus for about 40-45 minutes or so. Again, I like this table, but it's very similar to Combat, which is also a table I liked. I think I might give this one the edge over Combat. Because, you know, certain things work just a little bit differently. Like in Combat, this hole here on the side, once you got that spinner was on a timer for you to get some points. But rather than that, it just permanently is affixed to a 10,000 points. Hitting the spinner also advances the hole score. Some other shots also do that. So the hole, again, is very difficult to hit. But, wow, it's 40,000 points if you could get the hole when it's lit as a special. I don't think that resets either. But, again, the point value of the hole is whatever the light is stuck on. So, like, hey, 50,000 points. But, again, the hole is not very easy to hit. Also, you got these drop-down targets. They're worth 1,000 points each. But get them all down, then they're worth 10,000 points each. And do it again, then they're worth 100,000 points each. But once you get them worth 100,000 points each, the special is also lit. And if you get the special, you get an extra ball, but then all the targets reset back down to 1,000 points. So it leads to an interesting situation where you could go for the drop-down targets that are worth 100,000 points each, or get the extra ball and reset the targets. So that's something also that was very similar to Combat, except in Combat, I think it was just dropping down the row of targets just once. I could be mistaken on that. That's just what I'm remembering. I could be wrong on that. But again, you know, this area up here is worth a lot of points. Increases the pulp score. Now this is something I was like really confused about. It's like pulp score. What's a pulp score? And then I had to look it up, and it just means that a pulp is any kind of crustacean or whatever it said that was like an octopus, a squid, or whatever else it said. So basically, it's a word I didn't know. It's a fancy word for squid or octopus. They could have just said octopus or squid, and I would have known what it meant. I thought it was just like, didn't know what it meant. Oh, and here's something I want to point out. Is that, see how that light is partially lit, blinking? Well, it turns out there's something with the flipper that's covering up. It's like some kind of bug that's covering up the light. So, but when you flip the flipper, you'll see that it comes it gets bright, and when the flipper comes back down, it's like a shadow, phantom shadow covers it. And I had this kind of issue with another table where I was like, why doesn't that light ever light? And I realized that's why. It's this shadow of the flipper, kind of a bug that needs to be fixed. But other than that, I like this table. Pretty straightforward. You don't lose the ball that frequently. Well, you could lose the ball frequently, but it seems fair. It doesn't seem like the table's dead set against draining the ball. But yeah, so that's Nautilus. Exactly the same as Combat. Slightly different. I'd give the edge to this one. A little bit more fun, I think. Just was a couple of the changes that they've made. And what we're going to see now is this table in different lighting environments. And then about 2 or 2.5 minutes after that, the best game I had during the stream. All right, here we are looking at Nautilus. This is the morning lighting. What I always like to call the default lighting, because when you start up the game, this is how what is selected, and for good reason. It gives you good reason, a good look at the table. You can see all the artwork and everything very well. And what we are going to be moving to shortly is the next mode, which is coming up, the afternoon lighting, which I usually don't like this at all because you've got all those shadows across the table. And it wasn't something I realized with just this table, but a lot of cases the shadows seem to be a little bit differently. So they are kind of, if it's coming from the same angle, it's kind of reflected differently on each table. What we've moved to here now is the mode that I usually play at. This is the midnight mode, a little bit darker, but it gives the lights a very good illumination effect. And I really like this, and that's what the main game you'll see later is. Will be played in. This is the Stormy Mode that we move to now. It's a little bit darker, but you got those flashes of lightning and the thunder sound effects. Very good. It's a novelty. What can I say? I always say it's a novelty. You wouldn't play this seriously, but like, hey, cool, look what this can do. We've moved back to midnight mode here, but the lights have been changed to white. So we moved from the original lights to the white lights, like white LED lights, as I always say. Gives it a nice clean look. But we're going to move now, same midnight mode, but with colorful lighting. Not a whole lot of lights, but the bumpers take center attention in this phase, especially when they're flashing like that with the colors. So it's pretty interesting there. But we're going to move now back to morning mode, and this is what the dirtiest playfield you can set it as. Still doesn't look too bad. It's like you actually had pulled this out of the ocean to play it. So it's pretty cool that you can set how dirty the playfield is, and I just like to show that off. And I show this mode off. This is the dirty playfield with the Stormy Mode, just because this is as dark as the table you can get it. You can't get it any darker, and you got those flashes of lightning, which is a really cool effect. It kind of can blind you at times and you'll lose the ball. But yeah, this is Nautilus, and what we'll see coming up now is the best game I had during the stream. Isn't too good. I do like this table too. I mean, even though when I saw the layout was like Combat, like I had a feeling I was gonna like this one too. But now that that's lit, you go for the spinner, because, man, that's worth a lot of points. Missed everything! Nice shot. Almost. That almost got it. Got it. But missed, though. But I think that carries over to the next ball anyway. Yep. Certainly did. I saw that coming. that's lit. Flashing bumpers. Not bad things. Bounce back in. Thank you. Okay. Almost. Close. I'm kind of going for the spinner and I keep missing it. Whoa. There it is. Don't stop the spinner. Ah, man. And you get huge bonuses. If I could get that last target, then those... There we go. Not really the way to do it, but... advance the value of that. Extra ball on accident, because... Oh, well. Hey there, Dennis. Didn't really want to go for that extra ball, but oh well. I think I might like this one a little bit more than Combat, from what I remember of it. Dead-on shot there. Now that was a dead-on shot. That's right, get those points. There we go. Now we can get some points. That's right, hit those. Oh, man. Almost 10 million. Over 10 million. Oh man, that sucks that I didn't hit any Nautilus targets. Still nothing. Got it. There we go. There we go. Hit those targets. I should really get that extra ball. Because that's something I could use. Oh, missed it. Whew. Missed again. Got it. Good, we're safe. And we've got our best score. Ooh, the specials that we really need to get that hole now. Now we got to go for the hole, if that's easier said than done, because it's not... Ah, man. Nice. Man, specials. I think it's just an extra ball anyway. That's right, don't do that. Almost, almost. Come on. Bounce in! Thank you. Woo! Woo! Ah, thank you. Come on, man. That's a good one. Not good, not good. I'm perfectly happy with a score of 15 million. Where'd we wind up on this list here? Number 40. And that's Nautilus, a table I really liked. It's pretty much exactly like Combat with a few tweaks here and there. But I think I like Nautilus just a little bit more from what I remember from Combat. Now, throughout the video, I think I've been mentioning, oh, they changed this from Combat for Nautilus. But while I was editing the video, I had to look up to see which table actually did come out first, because since they were both just labeled as 1977. And according to the Internet Pinball Database, Nautilus came out in February, while Combat came out in September. So it seems as though Nautilus had come out, and then maybe they kind of made a cheaper version of it in the form of Combat, since there were less drop-down targets and a few tweaks here and there. But I gotta say, I think I like Nautilus more. But at any rate, I do give a thumbs up to both Nautilus and Combat. I do recommend them both. And with that, we're going to call it the video. So, if you made it this far and you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do like the video. And if you're not yet subscribed and you did like this video, why not subscribe? Because I do have a lot more videos just like this on my channel. Pinball FX3, Zaccaria Pinball, Pinball Arcade, and there will be many more videos to come. Thanks for watching.